Today we have our next lecture dedicated to the problem of ensuring digital safety. And for today we have 5 questions that we should learn during this lecture. And the first question is protect yourself from phishing. While there are many positive things we can do online, we should always be aware of the safety risks. There are many scams that online predators use to access people's information online. You should be aware of these scams so that you can do your best to avoid them. Phishing is a common online scam that you should be aware of. The internet brings us many possibilities. We can talk to others, make purchases online, and do personal business from one place. But these online interactions aren't always safe. Let's talk about a popular online scam that you should be aware of. A common way to catch a fish is to put food on a hook, so the fish will want to eat it. Once they bite the food, they will be hooked. Phishing scams on the internet work the same way. People who want to steal your information are like fishermen. They send you an email or instant message through social media site or an online game. They often pretend to be someone they aren't and ask you for private information, or they tell you to click a hyperlink so you can complete an important task. If you give them the information or click the hyperlink, you will be hooked. But don't worry, these 4 practices can help protect you from phishing scams. We have such 4 practices, and the first is be careful of suspicious messages. Scammers try to make their messages look official and familiar, so you trust them. Think twice when you receive a suspicious message and avoid sharing personal information over message or email. This includes your home address, bank information, password, and more. For example, is a CVC code from the back of your card. Don't click on a link or download a file if you don't know or trust the sender. The second practice is that you should look for signs that a web page is safe and secure. Before you provide credit card info, enter a password or provide other personal info. Verify that you are on a trusted, secure website. Most secure websites have the prefix HTTPS at the beginning of the URL in the browser address bar. Additionally, make sure you are on the right web page. Scammers often try to lead you to a web page that appear to be official and use misspellings of company names to trick you. Microsoft.net is not the same as Microsoft's official website at Microsoft.com. Always check the URL to make sure you are on the right web page. The third practice is that you should keep your web browser and operating system up to date. You can turn on automatic updates to make sure that the latest software releases are automatically installed on your computer. Keeping your device software up to date means you will receive the latest security updates that help to protect your computer. The fourth practice is installing verified anti-malware software on your devices. This is special software designed to protect your computer from harmful software and hackers. Don't be the next fish to get hooked. When you use the internet, remember to think before you click, download or share to protect yourself from phishing scams online. The second question for today's lecture is communication safely online. The internet allows us to communicate with other people in new ways. However, it isn't always safe to communicate with other people online. You don't always know for sure who you are talking to when you are on the internet. So you have to be careful to stay safe. And we have some tips which will help you to communicate online. And the first tip is usage of your instincts. If someone makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable, stop communicating with them and tell someone you trust immediately. Most websites and social media sites have tools that you can use to report suspicious activity. The second tip is the limitation everything that you share, what you share. Online predators often try to get you to share your personal information through emails and messages. Avoid sharing personal information with an online stranger. The third tip is keep your distance. Think twice about meeting someone in person that you have only talked to online. Online predators often use social media to pretend to be someone else by setting up fake profiles using other people's pictures. Even if someone seems friendly, it can be hard to know for sure who you are talking to online. Always tell a parent or someone you trust when an online stranger asks to meet you in person, so you don't end up in a dangerous situation. Many online predators use smart tactics to lure you into dangerous situations, but you can be smarter. Keep this risk and tips in mind so you can stay safe when you talk to people online. The third questions of our lecture on the subject of digital literacy is the creation of strong passwords. The internet allows us to communicate with other people in new ways. However, it isn't always safe to communicate with other people online. You don't always know for sure who you are talking to when you are on the internet, so you have to be careful to stay safe. And we also have some tips and these tips will help you to create a strong password. And the first tip is usage of a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols in your password. Using a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters and characters and adding numbers can improve the strength of your password. For example, using a snail from your computer keyboard also will help you to create a strong password. The second tip is to avoid using common words in your password. This includes common words and phrases like password or website, as well as director, your name, your surname, the name of your parents, and so on, as well as personal keywords like your birthday, your name, your hometown, and others. Hackers can easily guess these phrases in your password. A unique combination of characters and numbers creates a stronger password. The third tip is to use different passwords for different accounts. If someone guesses your email password, your safety and privacy may be in trouble if you use the same password for your bank account. Instead, use different passwords for each online account you have. The fourth tip is that your password should be used only by you. When you share it with others, even friends and family, it is more likely that someone else will use it or won't keep it safe. Keep your passwords to yourself. When you log into accounts, make sure you log out when you are done and don't save your login information on a public computer. Additionally, avoid doing personal business on public computers and public networks. This makes it easier for hackers to access your information. Remember, using strong passwords and keeping them secure is important for your online safety and privacy. Keep these tips in mind when you create a new password. And fourth questions of our lecture is the best practices for sharing information online. The internet and the web make it possible for us to stay connected with friends and family across the world. We can use social media and other platforms to see what is happening in our friends' lives, share personal news, and stay in touch with others. But sharing these things online isn't always safe. Consider this scenario that you can see on a screen. Sergei gets a new car and wants his friends to see it. So he posts a picture of it on social media. This might seem okay, but the picture includes a lot of personal information about Sergei. Anyone can see his license plate number, what kind of car he is driving, and where he lives from one picture. This might be okay for his friends to see it, but it can be dangerous if the wrong person finds this information and wants to use it in a bad way. It's important to keep safety and privacy in mind when you share things online. When you set up profiles on social media websites, be sure to review the privacy setting of your account. If your account is set to public, anyone can see your information and what you share. Instead, use private setting on accounts so what only your personal connections can see what you share. You should also be selective when you accept invitation to connect with someone via social media. Most social media platforms have a way for you to accept and deny requests to have someone be your friend or follower on the site. Once you accept someone, they have direct access to your profile and the things you share. Keep this in mind when you receive a request and make sure you only interact with people you know and trust. And the main rule for you is think before you share. Even when you control who has access to your profiles and accounts, you can't control what other people do with your information. When you share something online, you can erase it. You can't erase it. Never share something online that you wouldn't want strangers and the public to see it. Always remember to think before you share. Keep your safety in mind and make smart choices when you share things online. And our last questions for today, last question for this lecture is importance of managing your digital footprint. There is a lot we can do online, from browsing the web to sharing updates on social media to making online purchases. You should keep in mind that everything you do online becomes part of your online history or your digital footprint. You should think about your digital footprint when you share information or do things online, because things that happen online are difficult to erase. And we have some tips that also will help you to work online, knowing about your digital footprints. Then you can live connecting with people or doing something online. And the first tip is knowledge that your footprint says about you. You should know that your every action has some footprint. Other people use your digital footprint to make judgments about you online. These can include employers when you apply for a job or recruiters when you apply for academic programs. It's important to know what your digital footprint says about you and how your information is being used. To see that your personal brand is online, you can search for yourself, search for your name in the Google search engine and see what results are displayed. If these results don't show what you want, think about what you share online and what information you allow other people to see. The second tip is that you should manage your privacy settings. You can modify the privacy settings of most of the social media sites and online applications that you use. This can help you control who sees what you share and what information show up when someone searches for you online. The third tip is that you should manage your cookies. Cookies are nodes given to your web browser as you browse the web. These cookies help apps track information that they need while you are using the app. This can help the app work better for you. But this data also contributes to your digital footprint. You can use the settings in your browser to limit or block the use of cookies on certain websites. And the fourth tip is that you should think before you share something online. Once you share something online, you can take it back. Make sure you are okay with something being a part of your public digital footprint before you share it. Your digital footprint can live forever. Keep these tips in mind to make sure you are happy with your digital footprint and how it's used. Thank you for attention. See you next lecture. Goodbye.